the great thing. The more people you can get at the top of your pyramid, the more people there are to help you when you stumble. Because we all live up and down this pyramid all the time. And we have days where we don't feel valued, and we don't feel part of the group, and we stumble and we fall, and we seek that. When you have team members that you've helped to the top, they will pick you up when you need it. He asked me, Lena, tell me what leadership is. What? And it came up blank. I had nothing. And so what I ended up saying is, Randy, I don't know what leadership is, but I'll tell you what it's not. It's not about belittling people because you somehow think you're important because you're a leader. I don't know if I can tell you what leadership is, but it's not any of those things. And I walked out of that interview thinking, stupid. Sassy, why did I? But looking at that definition of leadership, I started asking people, what words do you think of that mean the same thing as leader? And what I found out is that people generally put the idea of leadership into 3 categories. And I'm going to tell you this, if your goal is to have a high-level executive position, you absolutely need to have skills in all 3 of these categories. You absolutely do. But if your focus is on being a leader, you got to focus energy on that 3rd category. You've got to focus energy on learning to be the guide. Some people will choose to lead through force and fear. And sometimes when you lead that way, people will do what you ask. But I guarantee you this, they will only do what you ask to avoid negative consequence. They will avoid what you ask because they are afraid. If you choose to lead through warmth and kindness and influence, people will do what you say because they want to, because you make them feel good. So how do we start to motivate our teams to want to do the things that we say? How do we really influence people? Well, here's the thing. If you want to influence people, you have to know where they're coming from. You probably have people on your team, you're thinking, I don't know how to make them engage. I don't know how to make them volunteer to learn more and do more. Well, I'm going to tell you something. If they don't feel safe doing their daily job, you can't expect them to want to do more and be more. All of their focus and all of their energy is just going into that one level of the pyramid. And if I come to work every day and I feel like my team doesn't like me, no one will sit with me in the break room, I'm not going to volunteer to do more and be more, right? So we have to start leading people from where they are at on the pyramid, not just demanding that people start raising their hand and being engaged because it's not realistic. And I wish it was easy. I wish I could tell you that, like, if you have people scheduling time on their calendar for meetings that says sob in car, they're unhappy, right? Or if you find tally marks etched into the customer service counter that says days in captivity, it's a good sign somebody's unhappy. But here's the thing, those signs don't really exist. We spend 1/3 of our lives at work. And we spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping, which means how much time do we spend at work? Half. Half of our waking lives we spend at work. And we have all these conversations about work-life balance. Guess what? People don't really want work-life balance. We want work-life integration. We want to feel as good at home as we do at work and vice versa. And if we as leaders want people to be able to feel that when they're at work, then we have to be willing to ask them questions, have conversations, listen to what's going on in their life, and help them. In the future, when somebody asks you, what is leadership? I really hope you'll tell them this, that leadership is a personal choice made by an individual to guide and support others in an endeavor, in their endeavor, where they're at on their pyramid. Go out, get your leaders gear, and create level up leaders. Thank you.